Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I see people coming in. All right. So, welcome to STEP. All right. Yeah. Welcome back to STEP. If this is your first time, welcome. And if you're a recurring attendee, welcome back. So transfer talks. Yeah, we're in a couple of months into the STEP program, and today we'll be having our transfer talks, which are Wednesdays from 3 to 4 p.m. And these are virtual workshops that we're going to offer, and we still have a few more transfer talks this summer. We've had workshops on, well, today's how to pay your bills, but we will have more on like parking and transportation. We've also had advising, financial aid, housing, transfer talks, and these are all recorded that you can find on the STEP website, which is step.ucsd.edu. Transfers Connect. So we also have this portion of STEP, which is not so much informational, but more social, where you can like meet other incoming transfer students, meet current transfer students, and usually it's more in a social setting. We do have one more Transfers Connect, and it's the topic, we're gonna provide it both virtually and in person. So yeah, if you're registered for STEP and you have interest and you put it on your registration form, you'll get more info about it. And if you didn't, or you want more info, or you can also email us too if you're interested in doing Transfers Connect. So looking ahead, right, we still have a good lineup of stuff for you all. So this Friday we have tips from a transfer. So we're gonna have a panel of student researchers who've done research at UCSD as a transfer student, and you can ask them all the questions that you have if you're interested in research. Next week, we're going to have a webinar on how to use your advising tools to pick classes. I know that a lot of new incoming transfer students have questions on, picking classes. And so we're going to kind of give you tips and tricks on how to use the tools to be able to register for classes. And then on August 8th, we have another webinar on experiential learning. So internships, UCBC, study abroad, and more. So getting involved, and it'll kind of give you like a little overview of ways you can get involved. So if you have interest, yeah, please tune in. Research and involvement series. So I didn't get to introduce myself, and now I will, but my name is Elizabeth Vasquez, and I'm the research and involvement coordinator at the Triton Transfer Hub. And I'm also hosting a research and involvement series this summer. And we're, I think, like more than halfway done, but in this series, I also have ways to get involved, get resume support. You can watch the recap recordings if you didn't catch that one, and all things research. So basically a step-by-step support on how to get involved with research and other involvement opportunities on campus. And then we also have the Transfer Success Series, which is led by our transfer retention specialist. And this is also part of STEP, so you can learn how to, it's more like academic support, and then hear like how you can, academically be successful at UCSD from that transition. Okay, so today's topic is how to pay your bills at UC San Diego. So in a bit, I'll hand it over to my colleagues. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to STEP. And with that, I will stop sharing and hand it over to, uh, to the Student Financial Solutions team.
Give me 1 second. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. So we will go ahead and review billing, payment, refunds, and more. So a little bit about how to understand your student account now that you will be part of the UCSD community. So thank you for joining us again. we will go ahead and start off with introductions. So hi everyone, my name is Lara Rodriguez. I am a loan admin analyst with our Student Financial Solutions team. So I oversee the logistics of our campus-based loan program or payment process. I'll go ahead and ask Pachia to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. Excited to be here with all of you today. My name is Pachia Vu, and I'm an assistant director with Student Financial Solutions. I will go ahead and pass it over to my other colleague, Christine, so she can introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Christina Key, and I am a student account advisor at Student Financial Solutions. So I will actually be in the background answering some questions. So if you need any clarification throughout the presentation, feel free to use the Q&A feature on the bottom of your screen.
Thank you so much, both of you. So we will review a little bit about who our office is, understanding your student billing, how payments work, the role of financial aid, student overpayments and refunds, and then best practices for students. And at the end, we'll have a live Q&A section, and then closing remarks as well as resources that we can go ahead and share with y'all. So moving on, who is our office? So our office has various teams that oversee different areas. So we have the student account services. So our frontline team, they provide client support regarding student account inquiries. So anything regarding what the charge is, how to make payments, anything like that. The student billing services team, they oversee student and third-party billing and refunds. Central cashiers, they're responsible for processing cash and check payments made to the university. The loan administration, we oversee and provide support for the repayment process of our loan portfolios. And then campus cards, they are responsible for issuing campus card IDs for students, faculty, staff, and any affiliates. Now that we've introduced our office a little bit, we will go ahead and move on to understanding your student billing. So to start us off, what kind of charges you will see on your billing statement? These can include tuition and registration fees. These will typically be billed at the beginning of each quarter. If you are enrolled for a quarter, you will see tuition and registration fees as we go ahead and begin the quarter. Once you are enrolled, note tuition is charged at a flat rate fee and is not prorated based on enrolled units. You will also see housing and dining fees. So depending on the month that you are seeing, you will typically bill quarterly unless you are interested in a monthly repayment, which you will receive more information from the housing office if you are interested in that. Any other fees can include parking, course material, health services, bookstore, anything of that sort will be charged anytime during the academic year. So anytime you go to the bookstore and you buy something, or you go to the student health services student health services office and receive any treatment there, then you will see the charge posted on your account. And generally, these will be again reflected at the time of when the transaction or the service takes place. And each one of these will have its own due date, depending on what month it's charged on. So again, we have 3 main billing due dates for fall, winter, and spring, and anything in between, which can include October, November, January, and February. And all of the billing due dates can be found on our website at sfs.ucsd.edu. So this is what typically your billing statement will look like. You will receive an email notification to your UCSD email once it has been generated for your account. Please note that this is a monthly billing statement, so it's not dynamic, it's static. So anything between the period during that month and when it's generated, that will reflect on your billing statement. Anything that was posted on your account afterwards, so if anything like financial aid or any other payment is processed on your account after the statement date here that you will see on the top upright, then it will not be reflected on your billing statement. Again, it's static, it's not dynamic, but you can always see the dynamic version of your student activity fees on Trident Pay. Where can I view my bill? So again, our portal to viewing your bill will be Trident Pay. You can go ahead and access this through tridentpay.ucsc.edu. And this will be where you will see your current, past due, and total account balance, where you can go ahead and pull up your billing statements, where you can see any activity through the dynamic version of it, through activity on the account. And this is also where you will provide access to any authorized payers on your account so that they can also view any activity on your student account or make any payments on your behalf as well. But again, any access for this, you will need to initiate it through Trident Pay, just for security and private purposes. And this is what Trident Pay will look like. So you will go ahead and see My Account tab. You will see your name listed, your balance. It will be sectioned off by whether you're in summer session or fall quarter, just depending on the quarter that you are enrolled. Campus purchases and other. So this can include parking, bookstore, anything of that sort. And then we will see your overall balance, any credit balances in case you get more financial aid or any other type of aid dispersed to your account. You will see if you are due a credit balance here. Activity details is where the dynamic version of your student activity account would be. Auto pay, if you have enrolled in auto pay payment plans, which we will discuss later, but we do have a payment plan available for our students. The make a payment tab will be where you make a payment. Transactions will be where any payment details will be listed, and then your statements is where you would go ahead and pull up your monthly billing statement. So how do payments work? So the payment options that we have available to you are quite a few. We have online payment options all through Trident Pay. So again, any payment will be processed through Trident Pay. And these include e-checks for, it does have a flat service fee of 50 cents. Credit card, debit card, Apple Pay, and Google Pay all have a 2.75% service fee. The 529 savings plan have a flat rate of $10. And then Flywire, Convert, and TransferMate, all international optional payments, all have a different service fee depending on the vendor. Now, you can also make in-person and mail payments to our Trident Pay office. We do accept cash, and then personal checks, cashier checks, traveler checks, and money orders. And please note that the service fees are managed by our payment processors and are subject to change based on their discretion. We don't have any say over those. So please go ahead and make sure that you know which payment option is best for you based on your financial discretions. So to make a payment, again, all of this will be through Trident Pay. You will go to the Make a Payment tab, go ahead and select the amount that you want to go ahead and start paying. And then once you do that, you will see the payment method that you want to select. You go and select whatever you choose and then click continue. For mailed payments, you will send them to our Trident Pay office here at the Student Services Students Building. But this will be the mailing address that you would put on the envelope. And then once you include the payment, please make sure that you include your name and PID so that we know who the check is for, and also make the check payable to DC Regents. For processing times, the online payments are typically the best option because they will instantly be reflected on your account. Except for international payments, those do take 7 to 10 business days for it to process. For in-person payments, if made before 3 p.m. on the same business day, it will go ahead and be processed that day. And then after 3, it will be processed the next business day. For mail payments, again, we don't have any control over that, so it can take up to 1 to 2 business weeks. And then this includes the 529 savings plan. So for Trident Pay, there are some options for the 529 plans to make an electronic version of the payment. But if it's not on there as a listed 529 savings plan that does opt in for this, then it will be a mail payment that would be sent to our office. And again, it could take 1 to 2 business days for it to be processed and reflected on your account. So we always want to encourage you to make sure that you are looking at what payment is best for you, but also making and planning accordingly to ensure that the payment is processed before the billing due dates. Oh, sorry, my internet was flagging a little bit. If are there any consequences for late payment? So if a payment is received after the billing due date, you may have a financial hold placed on your student account, which will prevent further registration. You can also be dropped from your courses. We cannot guarantee or assist in re-enrolling in the same course once you've been dropped. So again, please make sure to make your payment on time. And our office does not charge student late fees. So just again, always make sure that you are looking at your timeline and making sure that you are processing those payments on time to avoid any of the consequences. And now I'll go ahead and pass it off to Pachia to go ahead and talk a little bit more about TRIP.
Okay, thank you, Zaira. So you're probably wondering, are there any payment plans available to students? Yes, we do. We do offer a payment plan. It's called the Triton Registration Installment Plan, or TRIP for short. And essentially, it's for students who want to pay their tuition and registration fees in monthly installments. Like Zaira had mentioned earlier, traditionally, your tuition and registration fees are charged quarterly, once per quarter at the beginning of the quarter. But our TRIP plan, what it does is it takes your mandatory tuition and registration fees and splits that total amount over the span of 3 months. So if you look at the little chart on the right-hand side of the screen, for fall 25, essentially the first third would be due in September. The second third would be due in October, and then the final installment would be due in November. Each installment does have its own monthly billing due date. So, like Zaira mentioned before, make sure you pay attention to those due dates because the due date doesn't fall on the same date every month. It varies from month to month, and you can check our website, sfs.ucsd.edu, because we have those dates already listed on there. For TRIP, we also have the option for auto pay. By doing auto pay, what you're essentially doing is by enrolling, you're basically saying, I don't want to have to worry about logging in every month to make the payment. Sign me up for auto pay so that you can automatically deduct the charge from my account every single month. So I don't have to worry about paying for it. So if that's an option for you that you are interested in, then make sure you sign up for auto pay. We also do want to point out that TRIP does have an enrollment fee. It's $40 for every quarter that you are interested in having your tuition and registration fees split up into monthly installments. And finally, there are no interests. It does not accrue interest, does not gain interest to do this. Whatever your tuition and registration fees are, we just split it up into 3 and spread it over the 3 months. Next slide, please. And this is just a screenshot of what your Triton Pay account looks like and what it would look like if you enrolled in TRIP. So TRIP is available once your tuition and registration charges post to your account. You are not able to enroll in TRIP prior to that. So you have to wait until the registration and tuition charges post to your account. Once they post, then you will be able to log into Triton Pay, which is tritonpay.ucsd.edu. And right on the homepage, if you scroll down, you'll see a window that says, need to enroll in a payment plan. You can click on view the payment plan options available. You can enroll through there, or on the left-hand side of the screen, there is a button that says payment plans. You can click on that and you can enroll in TRIP through there. So again, it does become available once your tuition and registrations fees post to your account for each quarter. And then if you need to manage it at any time or make a payment at any time, if you don't opt in for the auto pay, you can always come back to the payment plan section of your Triton Pay account to view your trip enrollment. Next slide, please. So we wanted to take an opportunity to talk to you a little bit about financial aid. Oftentimes our office gets mixed up with financial aid. So we wanted to talk a little bit about the financial aid office and how we partner with them to help you through your college journey. Next slide, please. So who manages your financial aid? The financial aid office does. So once you do your FAFSA and you submit it to UC San Diego, financial aid and scholarships office will determine your financial aid eligibility. A couple of other things that they manage are the following. They are the ones that will put together your financial aid package for you. And then they are also the ones that will disperse your financial aid awards to your Triton Pay account. You don't have to worry about doing any of that. Once you view your financial aid package in the financial aid toolkit and accept whatever grants and loans through there, you don't have to worry about doing anything else to actually disperse the aid. That's done through the financial aid office directly to your Triton Pay account. And then if any adjustments need to be made to your financial aid, you can work with the financial aid office to do that. Next slide, please. So another question that we often get is, how do I receive my financial aid? So again, once you've been offered your awards, you will need to accept them or decline them via Triton link through your financial aid toolkit. Now, we often encourage students to pay particular attention to whatever requirements are needed, because sometimes for some of those items, like for example, for your loans, there may be some additional tasks that you'll need to complete before you can actually receive the aid. So once all of that has been completed, then financial aid will disperse your financial aid once every quarter to your student account and will traditionally follow this timeline. Next slide. So for fall quarter, the disbursement is going to happen around September 16th. What will happen is your financial aid will disperse to your Triton Pay account. And then if you have any outstanding charges on your account, tuition, registration, housing, bookstore, etc., what it does is it will go in and it'll automatically pay for those items. There is a hierarchy that it follows. Tuition and registration are first, then comes housing, bookstore, etc. After that, it will go through and it will pay all of those charges automatically. You don't have to do anything to get it to pay those charges. Now, if there is money left over after it has paid all the charges on your account, then refunds will start going out on September 22nd. Now, if your financial aid disperses and pays for your charges and there are leftover, let's say there are charges that are still outstanding, you don't have enough financial aid to pay for your charges, that's when you'll want to log in to check your account to see what charges are left over that you may have to pay out of pocket. Now for winter quarter, those disbursement dates are December 27th, and then the refund date is around January 5th. For spring quarter, the disbursement is March 21st, and then the refund dates are around March 30th. Now, again, these dates are guidelines, but please keep track because, around this time, then it's a good opportunity for you to log into your account just to check. And then, like I said, if refunds are due, then they will be dispersed on the dates below. Next slide. Now, we wanted to share a screenshot of what your statement might look like if you have financial aid that's coming in, or if there is a credit to your account. Traditionally, the information will be listed towards the bottom of your statement. As you can see in our sample here, this student has received, grants listed there. And then if they've made any e-check payments to their accounts, then the e-check payments are listed there. But you'll be able to see your credit balance down at the bottom. And next slide, please. So what is our role at SFS when it comes to financial aid? So our office is here to support you. We support the billing, the payments, and the refunds, and we work very closely with our financial aid office to help you understand how the disbursements are applied to your balance. Whenever a refund is due, our office will typically handle that and refund whatever credits are left over to you. Our office is also the office that will help to process outside agency scholarships. So our role is essentially to help you understand your bill, again, how your financial aid is applied, and to help you with any refunds that are due back to you. And so that's how we work in relationship with financial aid. Next slide. Now, if you have any outside agency scholarships that you, external scholarships that you are expecting, then our team is the team that helps to process those scholarship checks so that financial aid can include them in your financial aid package and will then disperse them into your account. So for any of those external scholarships, the address that you want to mail them to is our Triton Pay office. The address is listed here. You want to make sure that you have the attention to scholarships, and then you mail it to our address at 9500 Gilman Drive. The mail code is 0009 in La Jolla, California, 92093. We want to make sure that the check always includes your name as well as your ID number. That goes for any payments that you send to UC San Diego. Always make sure your name, your ID number is on there so that when we receive it, we know who it belongs to. And then make sure that the check is always made payable to UC Regents, again, so that we can properly process the check. Next slide, please. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about student refunds. I know we mentioned it briefly previously with regards to your financial aid. Next slide. So how are refunds received? Traditionally, by default, refunds are issued via paper check. They typically take about 1 to 2 business weeks from the date that we issue it, and they are sent to your current mailing address on file. That's the default. The other option is direct deposit, and that is the option that we recommend all of our students do. It's much faster. It only takes about 2 to 3 business days once we issue the refund to get posted to the account that you have registered on file with us. It's one less thing for you to have to worry about. A paper check, you'll have to, go to your mailbox, grab the paper check, make the deposit and it takes a little bit longer. So we recommend that you enroll in direct deposit so that whenever you are due a refund, we can just automatically deposit it into your account. To sign up for direct deposit, please visit tritonpay.ucsd.edu and then click on the direct deposit button there. You can go ahead and do that now. I know that the statement for fall hasn't posted yet, but this is something that you can do right away just to, check it off of your to-do list so you don't have to worry about it later. Next slide, please. And again, just wanted to share a screenshot of what your Triton Pay account may look like if you have a credit balance. Right there in the middle of the page, we've got it outlined in red there. If you've got a credit balance due to you, you'll see it right there on in that area on your Triton Pay page. Next slide. Another area where you can see if you've got a credit balance due to you is under activity details. You're going to become very familiar with the activity details section of your Triton Pay. We always encourage our students to log in frequently to check there when things are happening, whether it's a charge that posts to your account or a payment or a financial aid disbursement. All of that activity is going to be available for you to see here. Remember, your statement is a snapshot in time. Your activity details is where you'll see live information, live activity, anything that has happened. So make sure you're checking it frequently and you're becoming familiar with, everything that's happening in your account at all times. Next slide. Okay, here are some best practices for our students. Next slide. So to prepare for your first build, what we want to make sure you do is you follow this little checklist here. The first one is to make sure that you are checking your financial aid toolkit. Again, that's in in tritonlink.ucsd.edu to ensure that you've completed any required financial aid tasks. So that you don't delay the processing of any of your financial aid disbursements and so that you get your financial aid on time. So always make sure you're checking that toolkit and you're checking your email so that if anything is needed, that you turn those documents in on time. The second is, again, to enroll in direct deposit. You're going to have a lot of things that you're going to be worried about once school starts, your assignments, midterms, etc. The last thing you want is to have to worry about cashing a check. So just enroll in direct deposit so you don't have to worry about it. And we can automatically put any refunds into the bank account you have registered on file. The next step is, if applicable to you, and you need to waive the UC SHIP, which is the health insurance on campus because you have comparable insurance already. Make sure that you do that. Check the deadlines. And again, make sure that you complete any of the application process and provide documents as needed in time so that it can be applied to your student account. The fourth item is to opt in for electronic 1098T. You're probably not thinking about tax season right now. Your parents are probably not thinking about tax season right now, but it'll be here before you know it. So again, one more thing that you can cross off your list and not have to worry about later. Opt in for the electronic 1098T. It's going to be the 1098T is the tuition statement that we are going to be issuing to you. It typically comes out in January, at the end of January, beginning of February in 2026. And it's a form that, you or your parents can use to see if you qualify for any educational credits, tax credits. Traditionally, that is a form that is mailed to you, but you can opt in to receive it electronically. And by doing so, you get it much faster. Once it becomes available, you'll be able to access it online and you can print as many copies as you need for you, your tax advisor, your parents, etc. Much faster to get it electronically than it is to get it via mail because depending on your mail carrier, it could take weeks to get to you. So again, these are just items that we're encouraging you to do now to get it off your to-do list so that you don't have to worry about doing it later. And you can opt in for the electronic 1098T by going to our website at sfs.ucsd.edu. And the instructions are right at the top of the page once you click on 1098T. And the final thing, but still just as important, is if you have any family members or parents or guardians who are going to be helping you with your student account, by paying your bill or just need access to your bill so that they can review charges, you'll need to authorize them as payers. When you log into Triton Link, that login is your login. You should not be sharing that information with anybody else. That login is specifically yours. If your parents or guardians or family members want access to the bill so that they can help you pay it, then what you should do is you should authorize them as a payer. They'll have their own login. They'll be able to log in at any time to review your bill, and they can make any payments for you as needed. By authorizing them as payers, you're also giving them the ability to get copies of any billing statements that we send out. So if you need to do that, then all you need to do is head to tritonpay.ucsd.edu, log in, and then you'll be able to send an authorization email or sign up authorization email to as many authorized payers as you need. But you can do that through tritonpay.ucsd.edu. And again, something that you should do ahead of time before the first bill goes out, so that when the first bill does go out, they'll get a copy of it as well. Okay, next slide. Okay, so we went over a lot of information here, but we wanted to review some resources for you. Next slide. We are going to have some time here at the end to answer some questions, but in case you think of something later on, we are here for you, and you are going to hear this reiterated many, many, many times as you attend webinars this fall. But don't ever hesitate to reach out to any of our offices to ask for help. We are here for you. So there is no such thing as a silly question. If you don't know who to ask, just reach out to any of us. And even if our office doesn't handle it, we will know who to refer you to. Or if we don't know who to refer you to, we will figure out who to refer you to. So the most important thing is just ask if you have a question. So to contact our office, you can do that by a couple of different ways. The very first option is to submit a ticket through our services and support portal. It's a great tool for you that we want you to become very familiar with. The services and support portal is a way to contact a lot of our offices here on campus. It's a ticket system, so once you submit a ticket, what'll happen is it'll be assigned to an agent, and then all of the communication is done through that. And you can always refer back to it at any time to see all of your communications, to see the status of them, or if you ever need to refer back to the communications that you had with one of our team members at a later date. Again, it's all in one spot for you. So that's one way you can get in touch with our office through there. The next way is just call us. Our phone number is listed right here. It's 858-946-4160. We are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time. So call us anytime during that time frame to speak with our representatives, and we'd be happy to assist you over the phone. The next option is you can always visit us in person too. Our team is located at the Triton Pay office. We're right at the center of campus, located in the Student Services Center, right on the first floor. Once you become familiar with campus, we're right below where Croutons is. We're also in the same building as the Yogurt World. Again, our hours are Monday through Friday from 10 to 4. Please come in and visit us anytime if you have questions, and we'd be happy to help you though. And then just some additional resources that we want you to be aware of and become familiar with. On that services and support portal, that spot I told you about where you can submit a ticket, we also have knowledge base articles there. Those are articles that our team has created, essentially like an FAQ, our most frequently asked questions. So feel free to peruse our articles there. That's also a great spot to visit in case you have a question after hours and we're not available to talk to you after hours. You can check there if you need an answer right away. Of course, you can always submit a ticket and we'll answer when we're on site or when we're during our business hours. But in case you need an answer right away, we often encourage our students and our parents to check the knowledge base articles there. We're always updating them as we're getting questions. We try to come up with knowledge base articles so that you have this library of information that you can refer to at any time. So, as you're getting ready for fall quarter, great place for you to view information as well as, share it with your family, your guardians, your parents, so that they are aware of it as well. And then the second resource is our website, sfs.ucsd.edu. Again, a great resource for you that we are constantly updating, constantly adding information to, updating as we go throughout the year, as things come up, as deadlines, come closer, then we're constantly updating. So check there too, in case you are, needing to find information or again, needing an answer to a question and it's after hours. And then finally, we do have a social media account. We are on Instagram. Our handle is at UCSD SFS. So if you have an Instagram account and would like to follow us, please head over and follow us there. We try to post content related to our any information related to our office, billing statement, due date reminders, any financial literacy hacks or tips, lots of fun videos. So follow us there. It's just another great resource to get information from our office. Okay, and next slide. Okay, and that is our presentation. I know we've gone through a lot of information, but we will have this slide deck available to you. We can email it over to Elizabeth and her team so that they can email it out to you, or you can head to our website, sfs.ucsd.edu under resources. We'll make sure that we upload that presentation there as well so that you can download a copy if needed. If you have any questions, please feel free to type it into the Q&A. And we do have a couple of minutes here, so we can go ahead and answer any live.
Yeah, thank you so
And then
much for
Elizabeth,
your
if you have any,
presentation. Yes, thank you so much for the presentation. Really informative. I learned a couple of things too. I know that there's some questions about financial aid. I realize there's a typo in the chat I mean in the message I put in the chat. So according to Financial Aid Office, at least on their Instagram, packages have been rolling out since last Friday, which is July 25th, not the 27th. So that is about like you could say 4 business days. And so they did say it's like on a rolling basis. So I would hang tight. If it's maybe been like a couple of weeks, then yeah, you could reach out to financial aid. So just wanted to kind of reiterate that in case folks are kind of worried and about their financial aid package, but it sounds like they're coming out on was it a rolling basis? So just kind of want to reiterate that. And we also did have a past recording on the financial aid office, which is separate to student financial solutions. So we do have a recording on our website, step.ucsd.edu. You'll see it there. And they might also have some clarifications for you if you did have some financial aid questions. But we do have like 15, 16 minutes. If there's any questions in the chat, now's a good time to put them in there. And since we're all here and we can answer them live. Any questions? I see a couple coming in. Somebody asked, is there another way to pay for charges without incurring interest or other than check or money order? So it sounds like a couple are coming in.
Sounds good. So the way to not incur like the service fee is to pay in person. And if you pay in person, then you can pay using cash, check, or a money order, or a cashier's check. Or we also accept traveler's checks. So that would be the only way to not have to incur the service fee. Okay. I do see a question here regarding the Blue and Gold Opportunity Plan. That is a question that you would want to direct to financial aid. And then they would be able to help you review whether or not you are eligible for it. With regards to the health insurance waiver, you would, the question is, who do I talk to when it comes to the health insurance waiver? You would want to talk to our student health services, and I believe we can put that information in the chat. Oh, actually, it is in the chat. Christine had posted it in the chat. We'll go ahead and we'll repost it just so that you have it. Thanks, Christine.
And I would also put, I know some folks were interested in the recording from financial aid. I'll put that in the chat as well to the webpage where you can watch past step recordings. I know may be helpful. All right. Any last questions? I think that's a good thing. That means the presentation was thorough and lots of information. So I think it's kind of a good thing we don't have lots of questions.
Sounds good.
All
And
right.
if you think of any later, please don't hesitate to reach out to our office. We are here for you. We are a resource for you throughout your entire